Good day, everyone. This morning we're doing a little driveway job. I'll show you what we've got. All right. Okay, we've got this little area here. Got the excavator there. There's a driveway. We're gonna dig about 6 inches out of that. The government put some gravel on there last year. I'm just gonna push that up so I don't lose it. I'm gonna dig some of the mud out of here, but then I'm gonna replace it with a layer of gravel, and then I'm gonna cover it with the crushed rock after. And I'm gonna come down here just past the door. Just maybe a foot or two past the door. This will give them a place to park. There's some roots over here, so I won't be able to go down too far, but I'll be adding quite a bit of gravel, so that should be fine. And we'll slope it back this way so the water will run away from their house and their garage. All right, that's what we're doing today. Well, I've got the majority of the pad prepped the way I want it. I'm going to start hauling a little bit of gravel. I put a little swale right there so the water can run towards where I am and away from his garage door. I got all the driveway prepped. I got a pile of topsoil that is going to be hauled out. I'm going to bring the truck down and load the truck and bring a load to the house, and then grab a load of gravel and bring it back, and then start laying a layer of gravel that water will be able to travel through, and then we'll top it all off with crushed rock. I really like running machinery. I don't find it a very stressful job. You gotta concentrate when you're operating and pay attention to what's going on. You can't trust anybody walking around you, but I do enjoy it. Do you prefer excavator, loader, dozer? What do you prefer to run? I enjoy the excavator and the skid. I would like to have a dozer sometimes for a certain job, but it's not something I can justify with the work I'm doing. I would like to have a bit bigger excavator at times, and at times this one is too big. So what do you guys like? Let me know in the comments. Alright, we got the first load in, heading to the house, drop it off, because it's just up the street from my house. I'm going to use this as topsoil someplace. I'll have to screen it first, but not a biggie. There's a mama mowing the lawn. Alright, we're going to grab a load of gravel and haul it back down there. Kill two birds with one stone. So I chose to take the excavator down to the job site to prep the driveway. In some ways the skid would have been better to do the prepping, but I chose to leave the skid at the house so I could load the truck. I'm going to be hauling about 3 loads of this gravel down to the site and give a good layer, especially on the left hand side of the driveway. Get up above the topsoil and any of the mud. This will drain out, so that's a good bit. I think I put about a good foot on top of the right side and still have a little bit of a slope so the water can run off. So we're going to put a good base. This stuff is real sandy, kind of gravelly, and it still will drain, but it will still pack, so it's pretty nice material for that. Alright, this skid is awesome! bit of a pad here. We're gonna go get another load. I think one more load almost do it. Gonna put some in here, put some in there. The rest of it will just be crushed rock. So right here, other than we're in front of the garage, everything else will be crushed rock. Then we'll just level, make everything go towards the excavator. So I noticed the track. So I noticed it was making a weird noise, and I'm running off. I'm gonna try these pipes and see if this is gonna work. I'm going to lift this side up and then wedge those pipes in and run the track forward. And my wife's gonna come down and give me a hand here in a minute. I think I'm gonna have to get my wrench. So I got her back on, which is nice. Went on pretty good. Actually fell off just turning it went on. I think this one was loose. I noticed it. Guess I live and learn. So now we'll put the grease to it. All right, that's on. So I could hear it making funny noise, and it was worth getting off to check it. And it's moving. You gotta keep it off. try that. All right, so we're gonna put some dirt in there and in there, and we need some over there, and then we'll give her a good just a bit of a freshening up. That's better. Feel better about that. Ah, sounds better too. I guess this is the biggest reason I chose to bring the excavator down. I was working around the house here with this little skid and fine tune. I wouldn't have been able to do as much with the skid, so I didn't want to do as much with a shovel, so I chose to bring the excavator. And it works out pretty good. The skid's quicker loading the truck. That's why I do that. And I enjoy both the skid and the excavator, and it's fun to operate. When I go and look at a job to quote and talk to the customer and ask what they're looking for, I can see in my mind the results I want to have when I'm getting finished. Sometimes the customer kind of has an idea what they want, but they really can't visualize the finished product. And I really enjoy being able to work the machine, work the ground, and it is rewarding to be able to see the transformation from what we started with and what we end up with. And I really enjoy that part of this job. And a lot of the time the customers are surprised with the results, whether it's not quite what they thought, but usually better than what they thought. So I really enjoyed being able to do that. Now the customers aren't here today, they're gone camping, but I sent them a picture at the end and they were overjoyed. But that's one of the neatest things when I'm doing work like this, is seeing the transformation and how what I think is going to happen in my mind turns out. So I really enjoy this part as it transforms and becomes beautiful and more usable for the customer, and the fact that the customer is very satisfied at the end. That is the best part. Plus, working with machinery. I love it. All right, got some gravel added to the side. That should keep them out of the mud. Got a little more dressing up to do, but I'll do that with the crushed rock. I'm gonna lay some crushed rock in here. That's tomorrow's job. All right. Hey everybody, so we're back at this job this morning. We've got 2 tandem loads of crushed rock. We're going to spread that out onto the driveway. I brought the skid up this morning. I'm going to dress it up just a hair before we start spreading, and then we're going to commence to spreading the rock. Well, we got the skid all warmed up and ready to go, so I'm going to just dress up a little bit of what we have done the day before with the bucket, flatten everything out, and then we're going to start spreading this crushed rock. This driveway is not very big, so it wasn't feasible to try to do tailgate spreading. So I hauled this material in myself between the truck and my dump trailer, and the dump trailer doesn't have a tailgate, so I can't spread it with the dump trailer anyway. So we just piled it in place. And was going to spread it with the skid anyway. So this is what we're working at. We're going to put a nice good layer of rock all over this driveway, and then we're going to just keep massaging it until we get it to where we want. The skid makes pretty good work of a tandem load of material, so it doesn't take long to spread this out. What I'm using here is 0 to 3/4. Some people call it 3/4 minus. Some people, in some places, they call it 57s, or just, there's a lot of different names for depending where you are. So what they call this is 0 to 3/4 or 3/4 minus in my local area. This stuff here is about $11 to $12 a ton. which is fairly cheap compared to some of the other YouTubers I've watched. I watch TriStar Diggin', and he was saying he was paying $28 a ton for crushed rock. So we're pretty fortunate that it's not $28 a ton. Mind you, I have paid $20 to $21 a ton in a different area about an hour away from where I live. And I'm not sure the reasoning, but I suspect that the company was buying the crushed rock from the same place I'm buying the crushed rock and trucking it to their area and stockpiling it. So they were charging a premium for having it in the local area. So sometimes it's not feasible to truck it a long distance. So sometimes you got to pay the difference. And would it be much difference if I had to truck it with fuel costs and time? Uh, so yeah, so that was a job I did last year. It was a garage pad, and I needed a fair amount, so it added quite a bit of material. The only issue was you got to make sure you know what you're quoting before you price the job. So check your prices if you're going to get material in local areas. So I have the two tandem loads spread, and I'm just fine tuning, spreading it all out nice and evenly here now. And I am a little bit short, which I thought I may be. But I've got about 7 ton at the house, which I'm going to go get another load and dump it and finish up what I have to do here and get it to where I want it. So it's coming along pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. It's been quite a nice transformation. All right, we're getting her knocked out here. I gotta go home. I'm gonna get a little more material and my rake, clean up the edges, and then I want a little more over in that edge, up along there. I want a little more in that area, and I need to do along here. I don't have quite enough. Might have enough to spread it out, but I think I'm gonna add a little more. I got a little bit at the house, so I'm gonna go get that. All right, let's go get her. some of this stuff here. So we just finished up this driveway. Just take a peek here. Looking really good compared to what it was. He'll be out of the mud. Nice straight line there. Nice transition. We got a bit of slope going down that way to get the water away. That'll pack in really nice. It's quite a transformation to what it was. Nice. I'll take a picture and send the customer because they're away camping. I think they'll like it very much. Well, if you can remember, this is what we started with. So the transition has really greatly improved. And the clients were very happy. And they won't be in the mud anymore on this right-hand side here where the grass is. So this is the whole object of this transformation. And it worked out really well. Well, I want to thank you for joining in. If you like these type of videos, please hit that like button and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And until the next adventure, stay safe, but get out there and get something done. Get outside, enjoy the nature. Until the next adventure, you guys have a great day.